Welcome back to the KHEAA YouTube channel. I'm Outreach Counselor Stephen Held, and I'm here to talk today about decisions. What if you need a student loan? So we're going to talk about loans today, the different types, some of the things you need to know before taking out a loan. The federal loan options are called federal direct loans, and there are different types for different students. For undergraduate and some graduate students, direct loans can be subsidized or unsubsidized. There's two types of direct loans, subsidized and unsubsidized. One, the subsidized meaning that the federal government will actually pay the interest while you are in school, at least part-time. So that means at least 6 hours, and will pay the interest on the loan all the way through your grace period. Then after the grace period is over, it will start accruing interest that you will have to pay. That is a subsidized loan, and that is based on financial need. To be eligible for this loan, all you have to do is fill out a FAFSA, and the FAFSA determines the financial need and if you are eligible for the direct loans subsidized version. The unsubsidized version is not based on financial need, but still does require the FAFSA being filled out to qualify for that loan. Unsubsidized loans, the government does not pay the interest while you are in school and through your grace period and after you start repayment. And so that interest will accrue the whole time, and any interest that is not paid will be rolled over into the balance of the loan. Those are the two big differences. Plus loans are for graduate students, some graduate students and parents, and those loans do require credit approval, and they are a little bit different in that there are no unsubsidized or subsidized. They are all interest-bearing loans, so that means they will start accruing interest as soon as those funds are dispersed to you. This slide shows who can borrow direct loans and plus loans, the loan limits, the interest rates, and the credit review requirements. As you can see here, for subsidized and unsubsidized direct loans, any student, undergraduate or graduate, can apply for those by filling out a FAFSA. There are annual limits as well as a cumulative loan limit on those loans. The interest rate for both subsidized and unsubsidized for the academic year of July 1, 2021 through June 30th, 2022 is 3.73%. This will be going up for the next fiscal year, starting July 1, 2022. The interest rate for undergraduate and graduate direct loans, both subsidized and unsubsidized, will be 4.99%. So those will be rising in the next year. And there is no credit review required for those. Again, the requirement to be eligible for those loans are to fill out a FAFSA. For the plus loan, both parents and graduate students who need more money after taking out subsidized or unsubsidized direct loans can apply for the plus loan up to the cost of attendance. So that varies at each school. And those interest rates for July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2022 for the graduate student is 5.28, and for parents are 6.28. So any loans dispersed in that time frame, those are the interest rates. Next year, the unsubsidized grad loan plus loan will be 6.54%, and the parent plus loan will be 7.54. So those are going to be loans that are dispersed July 1, 2022 through June 30th, 2023. And here, this slide shows you those loan limits I mentioned earlier. For dependent students that fill out the FAFSA and are considered dependent, which means for the most part, they live with their parents and are dependent on them. For an undergraduate, the first year, there's a $5,500 loan limit, and it goes up $1,000 for the second, and then the third year, it stays at $7,500 for each year after, up to a $31,000 aggregate loan limit amount. That means that No undergraduate student can take out more than $31,000 lifetime for direct loans. Independent students, those are students that are considered independent on the FAFSA, have a higher loan limit. For the first year, it's $9,500. It goes up to $10,500 for the second year. And then the third year and beyond is $12,500 each year for a maximum aggregate limit of $57,500. Those are the limits for undergraduate students who take out loans based on their dependency from the FAFSA. The graduate or professional loan limits are $20,500 each year, up to $138,500. Graduate students can take out more loans. Once students do hit these limits, then you have to go to a private loan, or parents can take out a PLUS loan for undergraduate students. If a student does need more money after they hit those loan limits, for undergraduate, graduate, and parents, they can also shop around for a private student loan, which means outside of the government by a private loan company. This is an example of a private loan called the Advantage Education Loan. Students and parents can apply for loans like these, and they do have their own interest rates. The interest rates sometimes can be lower. As you can see here, the fixed interest rate for this loan can be as low as 3.5%. The difference is that students who get direct loans fill out the FAFSA for eligibility. There's no credit review. Students who take out private loans do have to go through a credit check. And a lot of times students will need a parent, guardian, or someone to co-sign with them to be eligible for these private loans. Graduate students can also use these loans after they've hit their aggregate limits for direct loans. And sometimes parents will also find that these loans can be cheaper than the federal loans based on interest rate. The key is to shop around and be a wise consumer by comparing fees and interest rates across all loans that you're looking at. After you have taken out your loans, they will need to be repaid once you either quit going to college, at least half time, or you graduate. Again, for direct loans, there is a grace period of 6 months for undergraduate and graduate students. So make sure you know the terms of your loan before repayment, and make sure to do your research. Once you go into repayment, most repayment plans default are going to be 120 months, so that's 10 years of payments at the interest rate that you've taken out when you got the loan dispersed to you. Again, for this academic year, it's 3.73. And for the next academic year, starting July 1, 2022 through June 30th, 2023, for undergraduate students getting a subsidized or unsubsidized loan, that's going to be 4.99%. Looking at the current interest rate, this shows you how much that you'll have to pay back and the total amount repaid at different amounts. For a $5,000 loan at repayment, so that means you've taken out $5,000, and that is the principal that you will have to pay back. Your monthly payment would be $50 for 120 months, and that means that you would end up paying $6,000 total. That's $1,000 in interest. You can go through the chart and look at that. It's very important to study this, research this, so you know what's going to happen before you take out these loans. If you'd like to find more information than I've given you in this video, you can also go to studentaid.gov and look at the federal student aid website to find out information about loans such as this, where you can find what direct, subsidized, direct, unsubsidized, direct plus loans all are, and they even have a glossary function where you can look up words and find out what they mean, or look at the full glossary for all the terminology that you need to research. The student loan interest rates will be in here, and they will be updated in July with the new rates. So check out studentaid.gov to understand more about your loans. And don't forget to check out our website at KHEAA.com, where you can also find information about loans and other scholarships and forms of payment for college under the Paying for College tab. Here you can research and find out a lot of information here as well. Last, don't forget to check out advantageeducationloan.com for information on that private loan that I showed you in the video. Again, you want to do your research before you take out loans and know what's required. When taking out loans from the federal government, students, you will have to do loan entrance counseling, and you do have to sign a promissory note saying you will repay the loan. This is serious business, so take it seriously, do your research, and be an educated consumer. I'm sure you'll be fine. Again, my name's Stephen. Thanks for joining KHEAA's YouTube channel today. I hope you all have a great summer.